Eh, hello. Where did my fade out go? Oh, my bad. I have Stream Deck buttons for a reason, but I don't press them. I just changed the the scene on OBS. I was like, wait, why did the music not fade out and just cut off? So ugly. I am the fool. Hello, hello, hello. I wonder what's up with the chat and why it doesn't disappear after a bit. I wonder if that's something I can change. If I toggle on and off, you know? Manin! Thank you for the resub. Thank you. I hope you've been good. I hope you're doing well. What? Oh, they disappeared. I did something. Okay. Ooh, okay. I wish I like personally felt as cozy as the stream background looked. I wish that was my room. Isn't that such a mood? You see something in 2D, just like, oh, I wish I had that IRL, you know? I wish. Instead, it's cold AF in my room. It's really warm outside, but the building just turned on the AC for the whole apartment, and my room can simultaneously be the coldest in the house and also the warmest in the house. It can get like uncomfortably warm, but also it's the coldest in the house. So I don't know how it works, but I think I pulled the short end of the stick when we moved in. It's fine. Everything is fine. Oh god, time to buckle down to work. Yay. Yay. Wee. Still struggling, sometimes almost good, but there's the breakdowns and stuff. Aww. It's okay, one day at a time, right? Just hope that today's better than tomorrow, and even if it isn't, there's the day after. Just gotta keep it positive. I actually had a chat with my coworker like that just yesterday. She's been dying at work. And I'm like, yeah, it's okay. We're nearly there. It's almost Friday. I don't remember what exactly was said, but it was something along the lines of like, yeah, you just gotta look for the silver lining. It's tough, but there is one. Just gotta hang in there. I believe in you, Manin. You got this. You got this. We'll get through it together. Yeah. Work stream. Indeed, work stream. Work stream. Unfortunately, you know. Hate to see it happen, but it happens every so often. Diving deep into Genshin. Nice! Genshin's a good way to keep occupied. There's always something to do, and there's always distractions in Genshin. I mean, sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a not so good thing, you know? Silent moments alone are the worst. Yeah, I feel that. I am definitely guilty of that too. Gotta do something, you just gotta keep going. That's not exactly the best mental advice though. I probably should not be giving any sort of like mental advice. So do not take what I say to heart. I do not have the best mentality. 100% do not. I'm definitely the type of person to like, you know what, something shitty happened. I just keep going. I just kind of like a dumbass, you know? I'm just like, just keep going. Head to the grindstone. I keep busy. There's no room for my brain to think. Because thinking kind of leads to sad sometimes. So, not very good that I don't address it, but I just, that's my default, you know? But yeah, I hope things get better for you, Manin. I'm cheering you on. I'm cheering you on. Still sounds better than going through this. Genshin's nice. Genshin's a nice distraction. Ooh, do we know who's on next banner though? I heard rumors of Eula coming back in 3.8, was it? I think. Second half of this version there'll be Kazuha and I'll hate them. Ooh, are you planning on getting any of those? Or either of those? I'm being very stingy with my primos. I'm like, oh, cryo character? Ah, that's cool, but I have a cryo character built. And then a Nemo character. I know everybody loves Kazuha, and they're nice, but I built an Nemo character. I can't afford another one. Pull for Kazuha? Yeah! Very, very beloved in the community. Incredibly beloved. I don't know, I might pull for I'll Hate Them, because I don't really have a good Dendro character. Then again, like, do I need one? Really, do I need one? I've survived this long without. I've survived this long without leveling my collie manually or like through the books at all. She's reached like level 11, I think. Just from like me having to use her in Sumeru. It's kind of wild. He's a little bit wild. What? Thank you for head pads? Did that work? No, wait. Sorry, Ruka. I don't think I have head pads on this one. Hold on. Let me grab it. Let me grab it. Do I remember how to grab it? Let's see. It's a browser source. I remember that much. Where did it go? Hola? Oh. Yeah. Oh. That appeared. Okay. Let me do a thing. I need to open up the website. And let me see if I can do one instead. Lord. Good lord. Redeem. That's kind of in the right place. Hi, Shwiz. How are you? Thank you for the resub. No, I put it on cooldown. I can't test it again. But there you go, Ruka. Thank you for headpats. I cucked myself. I didn't realize I didn't have the head pats on. And then I tried to test the location of it because I have no idea. But yeah, it's there. It's there. It's just a matter of where it is on the screen. I'm so good at this. I'm so good at this. Oh man. Lord. I was in the office. Oh, that'll do. Thank you, thank you. I was in the office yesterday, and we were like having a conversation. We were trying to figure out a broken account in the system, and then somebody sneezed so loudly across the office. There was like silence afterwards, and my manager just next to me goes, "Oh my god." Oh lord. I had the toughest time keeping a straight face after that. It was the loudest sneeze I've ever heard in my life. I had a friend actually in when we were in elementary school. I'd never once heard her sneeze. I'd known her since elementary school, and like we were like acquaintances. And then we went into high school and everything. And one day I like walked past the class that she was in. Like we ended up going to the same high school as well. I walked past the same class that she was in, and I heard her sneeze, and I like jumped. I looked over, I was like, who was that? I saw her and I was just, you sneeze like that? Uh, it was a revelation. But no shame though, no shame. You sneeze however you want to sneeze. Sneeze however you want to sneeze. It's natural. It's natural. Completely natural. Judging on this side? Nah, I don't judge people. That's a lie. That's a lie. I judge people, but briefly, and then I move on, you know? You judge and then you move on. None of my business. None of my business. Oh shit, what have I done here? Okay. Lord, I'm so glad it's Friday. But then tomorrow's Saturday, and then the day after is Sunday, and then it starts all over again. I hope everybody's week has been good though. Yeah. Monday blues. I have like weekday blues. If it's Monday to Friday, then I'm just sad. And it's just sad. Yeah. I'm tired. That's me going into work. I can never sleep well the day before, like the night before I have to go into the office. It probably doesn't help that I don't have a good sleep schedule. If I pushed it forward by about like 3 hours, it would be better, you know? But such is life, you know? Such is life. I ended up going to sleep at around... Actually, the day before yesterday wasn't too bad. I went to sleep at around 1. Woke up around 5:45. Yeah. Wasn't too bad. Was not too bad at all. Oy, 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 oy. But it was really warm that day, and I decided to bring a windbreaker into the office. I don't know why. Maybe I'd lost my mind. But it was something like, it was something like 18 degrees when I left home, and then it popped up to like 24 over the course of the day. Like, it was to the point where there was a heat warning and everything. But I brought it just in case, because you never know if you're gonna get cold. And then my manager came in, and she looked at me, because I was also in like long sleeves. They weren't like thick. It wasn't a thick sweater, but it was just long sleeves. She looked at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you wearing long sleeves and you have a jacket? Are you out of your mind? She basically said that, and I was like, no, it's a thin shirt. Leave me alone. It's fine. But yeah, I get a lot of judgment because like, it's like, I'm notorious for getting into the office and then about an hour and a half, like the moment I step into the office, I have a timer that goes for like an hour and a half. At the end of that, maybe around the time people start coming into work, I start like freezing. My hands get cold. So it's unfortunate because I'm like one of the only people in the office that feels like it's cold. Everybody else is like, what the hell? How are you cold? So apparently, according to my mother, I have bad circulation. Which, you know, fair, I guess. Fine. How cold? It's like, it's like not unbearable, but it's weird because nobody else in the office really thinks it's cold. Is lizard person? Maybe. Maybe I'm sitting in a place where like the vent is just there and I don't feel a breeze, but it's cold. I don't know. But I get very cold. I've started trying to drink hot water more regularly now. So like I'll try and have like 3 liters of hot water a day. And people, I told my coworker that, and he looked at me, he's like, we might have to demote you. What the hell is wrong with you? Are you okay? You're a freak. Just, excuse me. That's fucking rude. But yeah, apparently I act like an Asian grandma. Because Asian grandmas really like they really like their hot waters. I think it's very good for your health. I've become an Asian grandma. Hit me, hit me. Hit me. But yeah, yesterday I made the unfortunate decision to walk, to take the trek to that place that AV mentioned. And I was like, yeah, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It took me a while to get there because I got to the intersection and it was like, oh yeah, it's just like in there, but I'm looking at a corporate building. What am I looking at? Like, that's a bank. There's like a bank in there. What am I supposed to do? I didn't train for this. What happens? So I went inside and I was looking. I had to mooch Wi-Fi off of the one of the banks that was like around. Hola, hello, desync, hello. But yeah, I had to mooch Wi-Fi off of a nearby bank. And then read the reviews to try and figure out where this place was, because it doesn't mention like right there. It doesn't mention where the restaurant is. It's just the restaurant review, right? So I got there and I figured out that it was underground, and I had to ask the people at the security desk. I was like, "Where is the underground place?" Or well, I didn't ask them where the underground place is, but I was like, how do you get there? Because I didn't know if it was like an outside the building sort of thing. I didn't know if they would, you know, like let me through, because I saw like the escalators down like behind the desk. I didn't know if I was allowed there. I didn't want to get like, I don't know, tackled. I don't want to be a security risk, you know. They gave me a funny look. They're like, oh yeah, it's down the escalators, like I was a dumbass. And you know, fair play, I am. But yeah, so I took the escalators down, and I was searching for it for another 5 minutes. Finally found it. It was closed. How we doing? I'm just recanting my stories. Just recanting. Oh yeah. And then I got sad. Thank you for the headpats. Big sides. Yeah, I chose like the hottest day to walk too. It was quite a trek. But it's fine. At least now I know. Now I know. If I ever let my manager know that I'll be leaving an hour early or 2 hours early, maybe I'll be able to catch it. Maybe. Perhaps. It is what it is. It is what it is. Hopefully, yeah. I should really talk to my manager about that, because like I get to the office at ungodly hours anyways. I'm supposedly working in 8:30 to 5, but I end up getting to the office at around like 7:15 every day, just because I don't like how my city's transportation system works when it gets to rush hour. I don't like being squeezed with other people. I like my, you know, my personal little bubble. So I'm like, no, I will make the sacrifice. I will wake up early. I will wake up early just for this. You win, transportation system. You win. So yeah, I should just talk to them, be like, you know what, every other day I'm fine 8:30 to 5. Let me leave an hour early because I get there an hour early on the days I have to come into office. We'll see, we'll see. That would be the dream, leaving at 4. Ooh, it's been a while since I've done that. Leaving at 4. Couldn't be me. That used to be me. I used to work an 8 to 4. And I take a 30-minute lunch. But that was when we all worked in the office. Lord, it's one of those things that like, I can't imagine working in the office Monday to Friday, every single day going into the office. I don't know how people used to do that. I don't know how I used to do that. It was wild times back then. I don't know how people got anything done. I like, nowadays I go to work and then I come back home and I'm just drained. It's like, it's one thing to get to the office and work there and have to deal with the socialization and everything. It's another thing with like the transport, the added transport. Wild. I have some coworkers that had to move further away from the city due to like costs over the period of time that the pandemic was going on. And when they were told they had to come back into the office, they were so sad. They were like, I used to live 20 minutes away. And now I have to use like 2 hours to get to work every day. Can you imagine 2 hours there, 2 hours back? I would cry. I would absolutely cry. And you know, it's like fair. You can always take a nap on the train or whatnot. But I'm also one of those people that get like I get anxious when I'm traveling because I don't want to fall asleep and miss my stop just in case. So I don't think I could ever sleep on trains unless I'm like with people, you know? If I'm with like friends and they can wake me up, or I know somebody will be like awake and we won't miss our stop and be 5 hours away from where we intended, you know? How's work going? I just got very confused. I'm doing some testing right now, and the numbers are not what they should be. Sorry, was that obvious? I just got very confused. Huh. Damn numbers, yeah? Exactly. I don't get it. Why are they different? Like, I'm testing to find the bug, but this is not the bug that I was intending to find. And this is like, this is almost worse, you know? Uh-oh. Okay. Okay, you know, it is what it is. Oh, okay. Oh dear. Okay. This is not where I thought things would go weird. Alright, anyways, we proceed. Thank God this part is not me fixing things, this is just me finding out where the issue is. Lord, I was in the office yesterday and I basically got none of my stuff done because I was busy trying to figure out what happened on two different issues. It took me the whole day. I wasted the whole day. I got very sad. I got incredibly sad. It's one of those, like, if you know, follow your procedures and you know what you're doing and you do your job fairly well, like you basically just don't make a lot of mistakes. You never see the side of people finding issues. Like, there's never really that many issues. But now suddenly I'm in a situation where everything is getting broken. Like, I'm finding loans and accounts that are broken in the system and I don't understand how they broke. Hello, Burger. That's a very cute emote. That's so cute. But yeah, I was so drained yesterday. I got back home and I like collapsed in my bed. I'm like, goodbye world. I need to sleep this off. Hello. I hope you're having a good day. Yeah, I had a friend from a different department come and chat with me about a project we were both working on, and at the time when she walked over, I was looking at one of the issues and I was like in the middle of figuring it out, and as I had a friend help me, like my friend was more experienced in those issues. She looked over the account and told me, oh yeah, this happened. And she explained to me a bug that like they know is happening. And the friend that came over from a different department was just shocked. She could not stop laughing. She's like, what is happening here? I didn't realize our system was so broken. It's like, oh, you would be surprised. I've been working on this all morning. Tired eyes. I do have tired eyes. Very tired eyes. Very tired eyes for a very tired soul. I wonder if that's like I need to recalibrate or something. I wonder. I had to fix my webcam because my old boss came back in. She like restarted on Monday. Yeah, she started working again on Monday because she was on a maternity leave. So yeah, everybody had to go on cams and we had to say hello Like, hi, how are you doing? The funniest thing is I haven't even worked with her outside of, Actually, no, I haven't even worked with her. Because she's been on mat leave since I've been in the department. So yep. Yeah, I think I do need to fix my calibration. Wah! Excuse me. Yeah. I think this is a little better, maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. So like my webcam is kind of precariously perched on a both of my monitors. I have a long face. I don't think so. Not that long. I have kind of a round face. Well, all right. Oh Lord. But yeah, she has a little baby girl, and she brought her into the office a month ago, something like that. Very cute. Very cute. Round face Mori. Yeah, there's this GIF that I found a long time ago. Of like a dad squishing his baby daughter's face. And it's the cutest thing. Let me see if I can save this and then show this. Sure, why not? Oh Lord, I saved it into my VTuber items thing. Hold up, this is gonna come out. This will be funny. Beep 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 beep. Hello? Hello? Do we have GIF? No, we don't have GIF. Okay, never mind. Fine, I'll open it the mundane way. Do you guys think I can drag and drop? Drag and drop? No, no. OBS, why? OBS is so finicky. It's so finicky. Alright, let's create a new one. Then we browse, then we put this in here. It's my favorite. This is so cute. The first time I saw this was in high school, and I just like have not been able to stop smiling about this. That's so cute. I don't know. I don't know. Every so often I come across it just randomly, and I'm just, oh, serotonin. Yes. Serotonin. Very adorable. Yeah. Kids are cute. Best admired from a distance. Up close they can be evil. Things like, you know, like horror movies? The things that get me are mostly the possessed children and the possessed grandmas and grandpas. Oh, possessed grandmas are so scary. Oh. Especially if like they can run fast. Oh, no, 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 no. Get me out of there. Get me out of there. hello, Tonk the Bonk. How you doing? It's a very cute name. Doing good, thanks for asking. Lovely. Love to hear it. I have a question. Yeah, go for it. Shoot. What's up? Yeah, my screen go. Why? How's my phone alive when it has 0%? Oh, electronic batteries are kind of weird. Kind of a little bit weird. I have the same issue, but with my iPod. Lord, it's gonna be one of these days again. I'm gonna get flamed for having an iPod. Old granny coming through. Yeah, my iPod will be at like 25%, and then I start listening to music, and the battery percentage will go up to like 40, 50. It's been broken since years ago. It's been like that for the longest time. I've never had an electronic like tell me though that it's still okay when it's at 0%. That I've never had. I've had things shut down on me at like 20% though. I was very unamused. I was like, you have 20% left. Give me the remaining 20%. How dare you? How absolutely dare you? And then it won't turn back on again. And it shakes my fist in anger. How dare you? You promised me 20 more %. How are you? I'm doing good. I'm feeling productive, which honestly doesn't mean too much right now because there's so much to do. Even if I am productive, it doesn't mean that much. But we're working through it. We're working through it. Did you eat something? Not yet. I'll grab some food after. Yeah, I have some other IRL stuff to do after this, so yeah. Are you hydrated? I am hydrated. I have hot water. Hehe. Hehe, haha. Yes. Sleep well? Who's to say? I don't really know what good sleep feels like anymore. I don't know. I guess so. I woke up this morning and I didn't hit snooze, so that's a win, right? That's gotta be a win. That has got to be a win somewhere, somehow, in somebody's books. I'm just making sure, yeah. Nice to get little checkups like that every so often. Good to ground yourself that way. Am I good? No, really, am I good? Do I have all these things taken care of? Nice and healthy for your own personal well-being, you know? I have a question? Yeah, go for it. You play TF2. I think I may have played half a game of TF2. I'm gonna say no because I don't really know how to play TF2. I've seen all the meme videos from it though. TF2 memes are top tier. They're amazing. Do I play Tetris? I do. Not recently, but I like Tetris. I'm not very good at it. And especially more terrible on stream because I can't multitask at all. Yeah, Tetris is fun. Oh no, everything is broken. Why is this how it is? Play Osu. I've tried, and the answer is not well. I tried to play on a drawing tablet one time, and I couldn't. I had to be told that there are buttons that you press to press down, and it's not like you just draw by like pressing the pen tip to the tablet. It was a learning opportunity for sure. I was playing with like the mouse and then like the drawing tablet until someone finally told me that no, you need to be pressing the keys for it to register as a click down or like a push down on the thing. And I don't think I could get used to that. So I was just suffering. Yeah. My coordination isn't very good, so it's like you can't tell me to press like C or V or whatever the letter is on the keyboard and then like move my mouse in time with that. My limbs don't work that way. Before I'm going to sleep, I have a question. Yeah, shoot. What happens if I out pizza the Hut? Oh, then they go out of business. Then you successfully collapsed the whole chain of pizzerias. Congratulations. You are the winner. And you become the pizza's Hut. Yeah! The huttiest pizza the world has ever seen. Thank you so much for the follow, Tong the Fong. Thank you, thank you. If you're headed off, I hope you have a good rest. Oh shoot, I closed the document too early. Uh-oh. Where did you go? Come back. Come back. I'm sorry. Okay, we're good. We're good. I have to go now. Okay. Thank you for the follow. I hope you have a good rest of your night. I'm hoping that you're sleeping at night. Yes. Have a good one. Oh, we were talking in my office chat. 107. Oh, okay. That's a very respectable AM? I'm gonna hope that's AM. That's 107 is a very respectable time in the AM to sleep. 1 AM. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Incredibly respectable time. Good on you. Good on you. I wish my sleep schedule was like that too. But yeah, I was talking with my coworkers, my team members, and one of my team members mentioned she was playing Destiny 2, I think? And we had like a whole chat because I was like, oh, I haven't updated that game in forever. It's a huge game. And then they were talking about like Harry Potter, the Hogwarts Legacy game. Is I think some of them were playing on console. And then they were talking about all these things like, oh, how do you open like certain chests, and whether they've been flying on like the broomsticks yet. And my direct manager, she was like on the sidelines, I can't believe you guys talking about gaming. She's like, I don't understand anything. And we were like, wait, do you not play games? And she's, oh, I remember Dota. I know Dota, I think. There was one called Dota, right? Sitting there like, oh god. Oh no. It's just different types of people, you know? Different types of people. She's not that much older than me either. She's like 4 years older than me. Yeah. It's not like that much older that they're like out of touch. It was just very funny to me. Specifically Dota. Wonderful. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. I've never played Dota before. I mean, there's a lot of games I haven't played. I didn't have a very gamey growing up. Yoink. It's okay, I make up for it now with crappy gameplay. Forge. Indeed. I remember, I think the only games that I played back then, because like as much as like my parents didn't allow me to game, it was also like I don't think I was ever that drawn in by games. I had one that I don't remember where we got it from. It was I don't remember if it was a cereal box game. It must have been a cereal box game back when they put like CDs inside packages of cereal boxes. Not crappy gameplay. Aww, bless you. Thank you, Manin. I appreciate it. I would argue to differ, but I appreciate your faith in me. But yeah, I remember the first game I think I must have played was, there was a Lion King game, I think. I don't even remember what it was. I can like recall the CD, but I don't remember anything about the contents of the game. I don't know what I did in that game. And then I remember playing Math Circus at school on the school Macintosh computer. Oh lord, that was so long ago. Oh man, back then the computers were huge. The monitors were huge. They were huge cubes. Oh my god. Yeah. I remember playing Math Circus. I remember playing the old school version of Oregon Trails. Oregon Trail? Did it have an S? I don't remember. I remember that. Yay, I haven't done that bit. Okay. Sorry, I'm just scratching stuff off my to-do list. Wonderful. And then I remember we played some Newgrounds. Oh, the boys back then played a bunch of Newgrounds. Newgrounds was the thing. What's funny was I feel like I was squarely in that Club Penguin era. I just never played it. I was never interested enough to play it. I had a bunch of Neopets though. Neopets were cute. I got bullied a little bit in Neopets. I think I must have like not logged out or something, and one of my friends I guess got into my account, and I don't remember if she made a new Neopet or she switched my Neopet, but like she turned it into like one of the species that I didn't really like. Because back then I really only liked, you know, the horse, the griffin. There were a couple of ones that just looked nicer than the rest. She chose one with like a really long neck, I think, and then she made a play off of my name and she called it that. I remember being so upset at the time. Like, unreasonably upset. But back then I was very sensitive with people like calling me mean nicknames. But now I could not care less. Call me whatever. Call me whatever, literally. Space Cadet Pinball on Windows. Oh, you're so right. Oh my god, the pinball game. The pinball game. I remember I was really into the Brick Breaker game on the iPod Nano. Oh god. Oh, that was a time. You'd have to like scroll, like spin your finger on the wheel, on the touch wheel of the iPod Nano to move the bar at the bottom. And then like old school phone, like Snake on the old school phone. Just classics, man, just classics. Gameplay. I really liked playing the Bomberman style games. There was one called Playing with Fire 2, I think. Yeah, I like that one because like you could play with your friends and then you could, you know, like fuck them over. And do laundry and then nap. Yeah, go for it. Oh, the smell of fresh sheets. Also naps, man. Naps are so good. Oh, naps. They're so good. Naps look so comfy. They just like the concept of naps. Whenever I think of naps, I just think of cats. I'm just, you know, to be a cat, man. To be a cat. Ooh. To be a domestic house cat. That's the dream. When I die, I want to be reincarnated into a cat. Yeah. Thank you for the head pats. I lost my train of thought. I forgot what I was supposed to be doing. Which of the 10 things I needed to do? Okay, let's just close tabs before I get completely lost. Ooh, I'm getting so many spam emails. They're all like I've shared a Google Drive thing with you. Or like, click on the link. Or like one of those, the ones that are supposed to be geared towards very, you know, desperate people, like singles in your area sort of thing. Like, I found your profile on whatnot. And like, I want to connect. What? No. I don't know you. What the heck? Stranger danger. Get away, get away. Eee. I'm getting so many of them. I don't know what to do. I can't get rid of them. I report them and more come. Wee. Which type of scam email I got a while ago? Ooh, which type? Let's compare scam emails. Which ones have you gotten? My company likes to do that to us. They'll send us test scam messages or scam emails, and then if you are the sorry lad who clicks on one of the links, they pop up a nice little thing in your face like, hey, that was a test. You failed. And then a couple days later you'll get an invite to do the privacy test. Content of inquiry. Hi, this is Jenny. I'm sending you my intimate photos. Oh, yeah, that kind. Yeah, I get those a lot. Those are some of the few. Let me actually, let me open up my email. Let's see what kind of loveliness is in there. What kind of scam message we got today? Ah yes, private message from Grace. Watch my clips here. Bye. Signed Estella. And the name on the name on the email is Louise. Oh my god. You can't even keep the names consistent. Oh my god. Oh, I can't even. Oh. That's so funny. I never actually look into the messages. I typically just delete, so I've never had an opportunity to actually read it. Letitia liked you by Louise. Watch my clips here. Wish you a good day, Mary. Jesus. There's so many of these scam ones named Louise. Who is Louise? Who is Louise and why won't she leave me alone? Yes. My name is Irma. I'm 21 years old. There's a link. Recently, I sent my personal resume to a well-known actor portal. Okay, even if I was dumb enough to say yes. Like, why do I care? Congratulations, you sent your personal resume to an actor portal. Congratulations? Eh? I don't understand. I don't understand. They come in like waves. Lord, that's wild. How do I stop it? Cease this. I don't want to hear from you, Louise. Enough. And then there's just a bunch that like I genuinely just need to unsubscribe from the shops and whatnot. Cease. Cease this. It's too much, man. It's way too much. Alright. I've procrastinated enough with real life emails. Time to go back to work. Yeah. Okay. Scam email a day keeps the consistency of names away. True. True. They must be like automated too. There's no way. Some machine like scrambles the names, randomizes it, and just throws it out to the void. I'm getting hurt. I'm gonna hop off. Alright, thanks for stopping by, Manin. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Good luck with work. Yes, indeed. I work hard. I will work hard. Hope you have a good one, Manin. Bye-bye. Bye. howdy. Hi, Big Wave. Hello. Hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. More eating potato chip? No, just drinking water every so often. And I'm also like mouthing certain things as I read in my head. I don't read very subtly, unfortunately. Yeah. I don't think I have any potato chips in the house. I'd like to reenact Light one day. Light Yagami. And then I'll eat a potato chip. Wish I could be as iconic. Not for those reasons, but you know. Not the, you know, the Death Note. One more laptop? Grab the free game on Epic. Yes. I logged in for the first time into Epic today in ages. It's been ages. I think I've seen gameplay of it. The Midnight Ghost Hunt game? I think. I'm such a fool. I forgot to save. I didn't save it, now I have to redo. I'm the fool. Oh no. It's okay, it was an easy one. Okay. Thankfully it wasn't that complicated. Thank goodness. Okay, we're good. Back on track. Could never be me. The amount of, you'd think that I'd learn by now. The amount of times I haven't saved something, accidentally had it close on me. Oh. Bad is bad. Wolfie. How are you? Hope everything's going well. So loud. Hey! Good, good. I'm trying my best to be productive. Productive's the word. Yes. It's happening. I got some things done. Ooh, happy Friday. Happy Saturday if it's Saturday where you are. We're like kind of on the cusp. Friday versus Saturday. I hope the week has been good to you. My to-do list is so long, and this Excel sheet is not saving. Save, please. Okay, we're good. See, I just had to be a little bit dramatic, and then everything works out. No, that is not the lesson. That is not the lesson. my god. Ugh. Big stretch, big stretch. Ooh. Okay, I got a sizable amount done today. I'm happy with that. I have to work this weekend too. Things are going into the system, so I have to do the testing and make sure nothing gets broken. Which is really unfortunate. We have like 5 people in the department. So it's like, if it's not my turn, eventually, very soon, it will be my turn to do like the implementation day on the weekend. Or like at like 9 p.m. at night. But it's okay. I got a bunch done for next week, so hopefully next week won't be too much death. But who knows? I might have another day like yesterday where I spent the whole day doing somebody else's work and not mine. That's fine. It's fine. Alright, I think I'm gonna leave stream off here. I've got some IRL obligations to take care of. But that's fine. I hope everybody's had a wonderful week. Wonderful time. It was nice and chill. I got a lot done. I'm satisfied. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna call it a stream here and figure out who to raid. But yes, thank you guys so much for being here. Hopefully, I should be able to stream something over the weekend. Maybe after my testing finishes. Maybe something short. Yeah, my big implementation thing is like 2 weeks away, so it's just been crazy before then. Hopefully things calm down afterwards and I can actually get back to longer streams. I miss streaming like 6 to 7 hours at once. Those were the times. Those were the times. Alright. I'm gonna head off. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their day or night, whatever time it is where you are. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. Anybody interested in Diablo 4? I don't know. I don't know whether I want to play Diablo 4. It seems nice. But who knows? Sure, why not? Let's go chill with some Diablo 4. I'm interested. I'm intrigued. He's over? Yeah. I got some IRL obligations to take care of. So I got to be heading off. Diablo 4 or Cult of the Lamb? Or Apex Legends? I don't know. I truly don't know. Let me know if you have a preference. Diablo, okay. We are rating Royal Kato. Early access Diablo 4. Okay. Oh, I realized I was on my homepage and not anywhere else. I'm decent at this, I swear, I'm decent at this. Okay. But yeah, they look to have a very cozy stream. And they're not on the list. Why are they not on the list? How dare you, Twitch? How dare you, Twitch? But yes, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your days or nights, whatever time it is where you are. I will try and stream soon.